Okay, live music is in a state of flux today.
A little bit it is.
And we just saw something before we came in. Who are these guys?
I believe their names are Jenson and Chase Rice.
More to them in a second, but they just did a huge concert. Both of them did huge concerts over the weekend.
Huge-ish.
Well, 4,000 people
something
and
like
then
that.
1,000 people. But these are country stars.
Yes.
You'll have to educate me. And we were like, oh my God, that's shocking. I didn't know country music and rock and roll was back on tour. Apparently it's not, because the proper wokes of the Nashville scene have not approved. And the news media's reported it pretty evenly, I think. I've read it on like the NBC and ABC and Music Radar and everything. But there's some country stars that are not happy. And it got you and I both thinking, right?
It did. Which is rare, but we were doing it.
It's rare. Because there has been a lot of, like, I just went to a candlelight vigil for all that's been happening lately the other night. And then there's been a few protests.
I would say there's a few.
Across the country. There's been a few riots with mass amounts of people. Not necessarily the most socially distant, safe things either.
Not necessarily, no.
And we were sort of mixing, we were confused by that. Live music, is that allowed to start up again? And what's going to happen? We mostly want to hear your thoughts.
It's a lot to unpack. Yep.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out and get your opinions, get what you think. Were these guys off the rockers, or do we need to just get the country going back again, or is it too soon? But first now, let's back up. Who are these guys?
So we got Jenson. So he was a pretty successful songwriter before his career as a actual musician.
Okay.
I actually opened for him in Virginia Beach a couple years ago.
What happened to you?
Played for a guy named Kevin Mack. I know. So he wrote some stuff for Tim McGraw. I think he wrote Truck Yeah was a big
Truck
one.
Yeah.
He had Buy Me a Boat was a huge song for him.
I actually like that song.
I
hate to admit that.
It's a wonderful song. And then I think he had one called Take a Drunk Girl Home. That was the ACM video of the year.
I don't really have anything to say on that. That seems, never mind.
It was a cute song. It was
okay,
good.
Cool. It seems really offensive off the
It's
tip
not.
of it, but okay, good.
It's not. He's twisted it.
Oh,
perfect,
thank you.
Perfect country songwriting right there. So that's Jenson. Nice dude. Good band.
Nice guy, Chris.
Chase Rice. His real big claim to fame was he was a co-writer on Cruise, which was a bit of a hit.
So according to Derek, our producer of these things, that was like one of the most downloaded songs ever at the point.
And at the time, it broke some record about how long it stayed at number one. I mean, and I can't imagine any country song has. Well, I don't know, but yeah, it was huge. I mean,
because I don't even listen to like modern country music,
but
per
you
se,
knew that,
and I knew that one. You know, so there's a few that.
So I've had acquaintances playing his band. Those guys, they are stars, but even if they're not huge on every level, in country music, they're fairly big and they're huge in Nashville. So.
Okay, thank you. That's a good little backup history. So we had one concert in Tennessee, and then the other one was in Idaho.
Okay.
And they were both done at like 50% capacity, at least. Like they might have
slightly less.
Less. That's what I meant to say. And then they were checking temperatures coming in.
Yep.
There was the options for like huge distancing possibilities.
If you wanted it.
But from the pictures, that was not happening. There was people masked together, no masks, all in the front, and it was a pretty raucous time. It looked like a good show too.
It looked like a fun time.
Yes. I remember these concerts. So let's talk about what some of these country musicians and some other folks are maybe saying about it. So I'm gonna pull my
pull them up.
sheet out.
Pull out your trusty
my trusty guide to this thing. So we have one of my favorites, and he's a very popular man in the Nashville world, Jason Isbell.
Love his music.
I do love his music. It's frustratingly good.
Southeastern, maybe one of my favorite albums ever.
And he's a great guitar player.
He's good.
Most people don't know that. He's a phenomenal player. It's like, what? How?
He's fantastic.
He's the voice of a silken velvet angel, too. Anyway, this is what Jason said. Boy, y'all really throwing the term country star around today. It's like the adult film industry. They aren't all stars. Hell, some are so broke they've decided to do shows this weekend regardless of what might happen to their non-isolated, maskless audience.
I'd say he's not a fan.
Jason's not a fan.
He was not in favor of.
No, he did not approve of this.
No.
So Kelsea Ballerini also chimed in a little bit. She's a pretty big popular country/pop star.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
I don't know the genre.
Yeah.
I've had some young people in the 8th grade like her music, and then that's how I was exposed to this.
Fair enough.
Okay, here she goes. Imagine being selfish enough to put thousands of people's health at risk, not to mention the potential ripple effect, and play a normal country concert right now at Chase Rice Music. We all want and need to tour. We'll talk about that in a minute. We just care about our fans and their families enough to wait. Okay. Now I'm going to read a quote from a concert goer.
Let's hear it.
A Twitter
Let's hear
user. Alex Fountain 23. That's his handle. So, quote, I was there. It was a great concert, he tweeted. There was plenty of room for people who wanted to social distance. Masks do nothing. Can't live in fear forever. The venue was so large that if you wanted to, you could be 50 feet away from people at times. There are plenty more things out there that we could get sick from that's worse than COVID. Chase Rice put on a great show.
There you go. A little different view there.
A little different view there.
Yep.
Everyone needs to work, but there's a different level of something. So everyone that's talking in this little stratosphere, this like up there, is at a different level.
Yes.
They're not at the level of like normal plebes as you and I. So the crux here is, when will this ever be safe again? Or will it be safe again?
I think, and I want to be safe. I want people coming to concerts to be safe. But the hard part is, if you keep pushing back, what is acceptable? What is there any risk that's acceptable? If there has to be, when you leave your house, so it's so hard. And I don't want to be the guy who's like, oh, this isn't real. I don't think that at all. But at some point, there's even a mental health issue there. People have to go out. They have to be able to do things, enjoy themselves, see other people. I've
seen that thoroughly in my friends and my strange wife. And then who is responsible too? Like, let's say, are we mad at these two artists for performing? What about their promoters? Or what about the management company? Or what about the venue for allowing it? The governor could have stopped it. The lieutenant governor could have done it.
Well, it brings up really interesting questions, because I would like to think that these venues hire me. Oh, I'm just being hired to come play. I'll just do whatever, and then I get my check at the end of the night. But that's sort of, what's the experiment where it's like they think they're shocking the people in the next room,
yes,
and they're being told to by a guy in a lab coat. So you could look at it both ways. Oh no, it stops with me, or
it's tricky, because we were talking about sports with it earlier too. Because like, what if we want to get professional sports going again? Do the players have as much control as the artists do?
Right.
Because I always think the artists have more say in what they do. The players are part of a team and an organization. They're hired. If they don't play, you are fired.
Yeah.
Regardless of contract.
You also have to think too, these artists, I don't care how much you instruct people to socially distance. If I'm playing at a bar and people want to come up and scream along to Free Fallin',
God bless them.
Can I, hey guys.
You could stop. I'm like, stop it.
I could.
Have you been gigging at all?
Maybe I have.
Jonathan?
Yes, I have. I just started back a few weeks ago.
Okay, do you have any gigs this weekend?
I might have 3.
On one weekend?
Yes, which is crazy, and it happened suddenly. And then I realized it's July 4th, so.
It's like a one-night stand. I didn't mean to.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Sorry. I played a show.
No, I had to. I couldn't say no.
How are they doing these shows?
So, most of these shows, like for example, one is on a patio that I play all the time. There's probably normally 100 people out there. Right now, they've hired a guy who counts people coming in.
Okay.
Only 40 are allowed at once, so
wow,
less than 50%.
That's crazy.
Plus, the tables are way spread out. So people are far from each other. They're more than 6 feet. It's outside.
Okay. So that's a little bit safer.
It's a little safer.
There's not going to be people massed and huddled together singing along the choruses, probably in the same.
Probably not.
Okay, and so that's the normal. This is more of a normal presentation of what a musician working, and these people do need the money, and this is what we're sort of talking about too, is what's going to happen with you guys, and you have, it's part of your livelihood.
Absolutely. Yes.
You're compensated for your time and work, correct?
And I will say I'm being compensated less because the establishments are losing money. They don't have the budget. So really, and they've all been great. They're saying, hey, we're sorry. Here's what we can do. Hopefully it's better than nothing. If you don't want to come, we understand. And it's
and that leads me to jump to like the talk of the establishments too. These are places we've come to know and love, and I have a personal connection with some of them. My sister and her husband own one of these establishments where live music does take place sometimes. It's a great restaurant, but unfortunately it has been closed down for months.
Yes.
And then during the recent protests, its windows were all smashed and destroyed somewhat. So there's a chance of it not opening up anytime soon.
Right.
And I don't want to say ever. Of course, it will open up again. Like we will build windows ourselves if we have to. But a lot of these venues that we've all come to know and love are facing a very traumatic time and possibly going away.
Yes.
And we want to get your feedback on what can we do to help them survive? Is this okay that they're going? Do you guys care? I care. obviously.
There was actually an article in Rolling Stone the other day. I mean, the number was astronomical, and I don't remember the exact number.
What?
Of how many independent venues will not make it. They will close. I mean, it was a huge number.
And this is a natural cycle anyway with
Sure.
the changing economy. Like I was in New York for the 10 years or so, and I saw all the Lower East Side venues just move out from economics to Brooklyn. And now Brooklyn's sort of pushing them further out into Queens. And then with this whole thing, it's sort of shattered.
Yes.
It's shattered like the expectations, and because most of these places are still required to pay rent.
Right.
Because the building owners are still required to pay mortgages to the banks. And the banks are still required to pay out to their shareholders and whatnot and their corporate overlords. So no one's getting a break there.
No.
And then it all comes down, so like if they shut down, where do our musicians go?
Where do we play?
Live
do we
streams?
stream forever?
And so it leads me to another point. Like you've done some live streams.
I have.
You did some with us, right?
I did.
And they did pretty well.
They did pretty well.
Like you made more than gigging sometimes.
Yes. And I definitely saw a curve.
Yes.
Like the first one, I was like,
too.
wow, if we could do this every weekend, forget gigging, we're fine. But then, then we got to that level where they were on par kind of with gigs. And then oh yeah, no one tips.
Yeah, well then, because I see a lot of guys are doing the live streams. I'm like, how'd you do? And they're like, we made $20. I'm like, wow, there's a band of you. That's $5 each. For 2 hours.
And you drove somewhere and played.
From a camera.
And I know that there are venues that are trying to do that. They're trying to sort of, have bands come in, and I've seen them. Some of them are free. Some of them are selling tickets online so that you can have access to the streams.
I'm hoping all these artists involved, like the ones that from the guys that just did the concert to all the ones that are bashing them.
Yeah.
Which we want to hear what you guys think on that too, because it's definitely there's two sides of that one.
Like, are they watching these live streams, and are they
contributing?
supporting?
I hope that like, these artists, like the ones that are successful, who've had platinum hits. That's the thing when you sell lots of records, not physical units, but now it's downloads, whatever. But no, like if you're like a rich Nashville or LA or New York star, like I hope you are watching these non-famous people. Don't just watch your buddies like Brad and like what's the one from Australia we just watched?
Keith
Urban. I couldn't remember his name all of a sudden. From blank with the gorgeous wife dancing in the background.
Yes.
Oh, I love her, Nicole. And Keith is gorgeous too.
Yes.
But no, but like
It's a toss up between the two of them.
I know
they're
which one's prettier?
Really pretty people.
She's a little taller. I'm going to go with her.
Yeah. Right.
And she was in Days of Thunder.
She was.
Perhaps the greatest Top Gun sequel ever.
Of course.
Besides the Top Gun sequel coming out this Christmas.
Fingers crossed. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. I'm going to the theater for that. I'll wear a gas mask. I don't care. I have to see Top Gun 2, Maverick. There's my plug. We get paid for that. But like, don't just watch the rock stars. Watch these guys like discover up and comers or like people on their way down. No, I was just trying to do this. No, but watch everyone and donate money to them. Give them money or host them yourself. Have them come over and you're like, that'd be if I was Jason Isbell and could sing that way and play guitar and have this fan base, and you could have people come over to your house in a socially isolated way.
Sure.
And film
Safe ways to do it.
From your camera and your channel. Oh my goodness.
Be a huge springboard.
Because we are is live music dead? That's how we started, and I hope not.
It is a really weird. It's a weird thing. I've had to think about that a lot lately. Just from my own sort of plans and.
Well, yeah, you have a life and family and kids and.
And we for our life, when me and my wife plan around things for our kids, we always take into account, more weekends than not, I'm usually gigging every night until this whole thing. So now we had a serious conversation the other night. Did we think that's over?
It has been nice to see you more around the house.
that was part of that, yeah.
And where's the money?
Right.
No, it's well, I mean, please, let us know what you guys think. We've been grappling with this whole thing, trying to figure out how to maneuver in this new system in this world. It's been nice seeing Jonathan around. I can see him on the weekends more, which is great. He doesn't leave us, and
I'm here.
Stuck here. We go arm in arm everywhere. That's why we didn't measure it, because we pretty much haven't been separated since.
We're basically
married.
Immediate family. Married is good. Yeah.
Because
we're cool.
I was going to say some inappropriate things, but there's children watching, so nothing's going to happen there. No. Thank you for watching. Jonathan, what should they do?
They should click like and subscribe. They should comment. And they should hit the bell so they see all of our videos coming out.
And pay attention. We have another great giveaway coming up with a Taylor guitar and some effects pedals, and it's coming up soon.
We did announce the winner, by the way. Go watch the video. I've seen lots of comments.
And
videos out.
This is crazy. The guy who won that, he drove in from I don't know how many hours away. He just drove.
Which is kind of cool.
It was weird that he was even on the East Coast.
Yes.
He drove in for his Fender guitar. It was awesome. Anyway,
very cool.
Thank you all for watching.
We appreciate it.
Casino Guitars signing out.